Man, this month has been crazy so far. We've had announcements for so many MMOs, some new, some old, and some a little weird. It has been an incredibly interesting few weeks, I'll give it that. I hope you're all excited because I got a lot of news for all of you this week. So take a moment, go grab yourself a nice latte, lean back, put your headset on to maximize the sound of my voice, and let's jump into this week's Weekly Byte of MMORPG news. Before we proceed with the video though, I just want to let everyone know that we're holding quite a large MMO giveaway. 10 to 20 people will get to choose any MMORPG or any expansion for an MMO they want if they win. All you need to do to participate and win is head on over to our website, MMObyte.tv, or use a link in the pinned comment or the description. It's really that easy and it's completely free. Now let's start this off with some big news first. For those of you that have an Xbox One and have wanted to play Final Fantasy XIV for the longest of times, you might have something to look forward to. According to The Verge, Phil Spencer, the executive vice president of gaming at Microsoft, has announced that they are in discussions to launch the game onto the Xbox platform. Well, I say they are in discussions, but he said, and I quote, "Rest assured that we will be bringing this game to Xbox." So, I hope you're excited. This means that the population of the game, which is already at an all-time high, is going to skyrocket even further. It's unknown when Final Fantasy XIV will launch on an Xbox One, but I'm guessing after Phantasy Star Online 2, since, I don't know, I'm gonna go ahead here and speculate that that game is going to take precedence right now. People were under the impression that Astellia Online was going to be a cash grab, but after it managed to actually launch successfully, have a fairly sizable community, and was honestly pretty well received, new content is already on the way. And not in the traditional form. Astellia is a South Korean MMO, but the Western version of the game launched with several of the classes ungenderlocked, something that the South Korean version of the game was plagued by. Not only that, but the new content in question comes in the form of an entirely new zone with new story quests and rewards. Now, the strange thing about this is that the South Korean version doesn't have this yet, meaning that it's coming out in English first. We were actually flown out to Germany to participate in the Kingdom Under Fire 2 event. It was beyond cool. I'll have much more to say about that in my Kingdom Under Fire 2 dedicated video next week, but disregarding my video, I would like to point out that the game has actually launched and is completely available for players to play. There are 3 varying packages to choose between, each offering kinda subtle differences. The game is a hybrid between an RTS game and an MMORPG, but from what we played at the event, it seems like much more of an MMO than anything else. It has some RTS elements, but plays out like the majority of MMOs, so stay tuned next week for my official video on it. Next up, we have Guild Wars 2. I know you guys have been thirsting for content for a little while now, but that thirst can finally be quenched. Kinda. On November 19th, the first full episode of Icebrood Saga, titled Whisper in the Dark, is set to drop. A brand new trailer has been released for it, introducing the new Raven attunement and Essence manipulation masteries, ancient boreal weapon sets, the Biora Marches map, and additional missions to look forward to. To find out more, honestly, you're just better off visiting the official website, as I can't really summarize it much better than I just did. Okay, so this one is a little weird. Honestly, I watched the trailer and I'm both a little disturbed and kinda excited. It's a weird state of mind to be in. Anyway, DokeV is a new MMO announced at G-Star 2019. It was originally conceived to be a mobile game, but has since been confirmed to be heading to both PC and console, with its mobile port still under consideration. Little information is known about the game other than it's planned to be a monster collection MMO, kinda like Pokemon or Yokai Watch. So yeah. Kinda excited, little disturbed. I actually did a video both on Kritika shutting down a while ago and Kritika REBOOT launching just last week. It went on to garner over 50,000 views thus far, and it's no wonder why. People are incredibly excited to be able to jump back into its world. However, it will be under the management of ALLM this time, as opposed to en masse, with them having given up publishing rights over here in the West. I know some people are probably rolling their eyes at this right now, but this is a case of the actual developer self-publishing their game over here, which could bode very well for it. I don't know. Either way, fingers crossed. Now this, I know there's probably a lot of you guys that don't really care, but this one kinda sucks still. I did a video on Dragon Hound a few weeks ago, a month ago, I don't recall, but I was talking about how excited I was for this game personally, but I was also simultaneously cautious because, you know, it's a Nexon MMO, so you kinda have to be. Now, as of last week, Nexon confirmed officially that the game has since ceased development of the large-scale monster hunting MMO, which is a damn shame because it looked like it had a lot of potential. It was built on Unreal Engine 4, it looked great, and then just bam, canceled, because Nexon, yeah. So thanks Nexon for being Nexon like always. Alongside DokeV, Pearl Abyss announced 3 other games, one of which includes Plan 8, which is what we're currently discussing. Plan 8 is the very first shooting game Pearl Abyss has ever produced, and to make things more interesting for all of us, they have actually announced that it's going to be an MMO shooter set in a post-apocalyptic world where mankind is ruled by toasters, washing machines, DVD players, and other weird robotic contraptions. We then have to subsequently take the world back, and obviously show them what they were made for. Like DokeV, Plan 8 is expected to be launching onto both PC and consoles, however, that's pretty much all the information that has been revealed. In admittedly highly unexpected news, actually, Aura Kingdom is introducing a brand new class into the game. Yeah. I thought the game was long since dead as well, but with Twin Saga receiving a large update earlier this year, and now Aura Kingdom receiving a large update, it's clear that although they might be limited to a single update per year, they are not dead yet. Yet being the keyword. The new class in question is the Rockstar, which, and I quote here, uses the power of rock to buff their skills. It's an incredibly unusual class, but it also begins at level 85, with players being required to have an already awakened character to unlock. Okay, so this is more of a two-parter. See, right now, Black Desert Mobile is planned to be launching on December 11th. In anticipation of that launch, Pearl Abyss are actually giving away the complete version of Black Desert for PC or any console of your choosing, 100% free. All you're required to do is to pre-register for Black Desert Mobile. Then you'll receive a free key that you can use to redeem and play the game. I know some of you might not like Black Desert or might hate how Black Desert Mobile looks, but for those of you interested, now is the opportunity to try the game out completely free. What's the worst that could happen? You waste a few minutes pre-registering for a game that you're never gonna play? (2019's final DLC for Elder Scrolls Online just dropped last week for consoles. It launched in October for PC, with subscribers having automatic access to the DLC and the rest of the player base being required to purchase the DLC for 2,000 crowns. The DLC takes you down south with a brand new story zone packed with content, but most importantly, the first batch of changes to performance along with redesigning the looking for group system. I actually have a video in the works for the Elder Scrolls Online, but with all of this content being added, I dare say it's going to be a bit of a challenge to ever fully get through it. I did a video on the Shadow Arena Battle Royale added into Black Desert several months ago. It had a mixed reception, and I don't know, I personally had some fun with it, but I know a lot of people were abusing aspects of it at the time, leading Pearl Abyss to shut it down. Fast forward to their recent announcement of 4 new games, and we have Shadow Arena being remade as an entirely brand new standalone Battle Royale expected to compete with other Battle Royales like Fortnite or Apex Legends. There have been changes made to the game though, as you'll instead be able to choose who you play from a list of characters as opposed to building one from the ground up like you did originally. Closed beta is going to be beginning next week, so make sure if you're interested in trying the game out, you stop by. I know a lot of you guys are excited for Bless Online 2, Bless Unleashed, right? Of course you are. I have good news for all of you fans of the upcoming console MMO. It actually just entered open beta earlier this month, and yes, it has been met with some mixed reactions from players, but you can go ahead and download the game right now completely free and test it out for yourself. Be warned, however, as the team claims that the game is meant for hardcore MMO players only. If that isn't your thing, then it might be best to avoid it. I'll admit, I am glad that I somehow managed to make it through that with a straight face. Earlier this month, Blizz actually announced they were releasing Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 would be a direct sequel to the game while allowing players to retain all the content they'd achieved over the course of the years leading up to this. Now, Grinding Gear Games, the team behind Path of Exile, have announced that they're developing Path of Exile 2, and much in the same way, Path of Exile 2 will feature a brand new 7-act storyline that will be available alongside the original Path of Exile campaign. Both games, both stories, will lead to the same shared Atlas endgame, and players will retain all expansion content created over the last 6 years of the game's existence. Path of Exile 2 will introduce a brand new skill system, ascendancy classes, various engine improvements, and more. Additionally, they announced Path of Exile Mobile, which I'm sure that is probably of significantly more interest to you guys than Path of Exile 2, right? This is the news I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for me to touch on. The final game announced by Pearl Abyss was Crimson Desert, originally a prequel to Black Desert. Crimson Desert is expected to actually succeed Black Desert, as it will be an MMORPG with enhanced graphics, combat, and an actual story. Yes, for the very first time ever, Pearl Abyss is tackling story-related PvE content. While actual gameplay has yet to be released, it has been confirmed that the game was initially created as a prequel to Black Desert, but evolved into its very own game. An entirely new IP that they plan on investing a lot of money into. It's going to feature an entirely new world, an entirely new set of characters, and a storyline completely unrelated and disconnected from Black Desert. If that sounds exciting to you, then join the club. And that covers the majority of MMO related news that I was made aware of over the last week. If you know of anything that I missed, feel free to hit me up on Twitter or Instagram with a link to the article so I can talk about it. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.